Money was never just money. It was permission. Permission to move, permission to buy, permission to live, permission to build a future. And when you understand that, you stop seeing money as a simple piece of paper or a number on a screen. You start seeing it as one of the most powerful control systems humans ever created. Because money doesn't only measure value, it controls behavior. It rewards obedience. It punishes mistakes. And the most dangerous part is, it can do all of that quietly, without needing chains, without needing force, and without needing people to even realize what's happening. Today, we're going to break down how money became a tool of control, who holds the power, how regular people get trapped, and what you can do to protect your freedom in a world where money rules everything. Stay until the end, because the last point is the one most people ignore, and it's the reason so many people feel stuck even when they live in a free country. Let's start with the oldest version of money control: scarcity. In ancient times, money was real goods: gold, silver, grain, livestock. If you controlled the supply, you controlled the people. Kings controlled coins, empires controlled trade routes, leaders controlled taxes, and when you control money flow, you control survival. People could work hard, but if the ruler raised taxes or changed rules, their life changed instantly. That was the first lesson history taught. Money is power. Then came the next upgrade: banking. Banking made money easier to store, easier to move, and easier to lend. But it also created a new kind of control. Because once money is stored in a bank, the bank becomes the gatekeeper. The bank decides who gets credit. The bank decides who gets approved. The bank decides who gets punished with fees. And once society depends on banks to live normally, banks gain power over everyday life. Pattern interrupts. Once your money lives in someone else's system, your freedom becomes a policy. Now, let's talk about the biggest control tool ever created. Debt. Debt doesn't just take money. Debt takes your future. When you're in debt, you're not only working for yourself, you're working for your lender. Your paycheck has owners. Your time has a price tag. Your choices get smaller. You can't quit a job easily. You can't take risks. You can't walk away from bad situations. Debt turns people into predictable workers. And predictable workers keep the machine running. That's why debt is so profitable. But it's also why debt is so powerful. It controls behavior without needing force. It just uses pressure. Now, the next form of control: inflation. Inflation is a silent weapon. It reduces the value of your savings. It forces you to keep working harder for the same lifestyle. It makes people desperate. And desperation makes people easy to control. When people are financially stressed, they don't think long term. They don't challenge the system. They just try to survive. That's why inflation isn't just an economic event. It's a psychological event. It changes people. Pattern interrupts. Inflation doesn't just raise prices, it lowers your ability to say no. Now we hit the modern upgrade, digital money. This is where control becomes invisible. When money is digital, every transaction can be tracked. Every purchase can be recorded, every pattern can be analyzed, and the scariest part is, money can be restricted, accounts can be frozen, transfers can be delayed, payments can be blocked. Not always for evil reasons, sometimes for security, but the capability exists. And once the capability exists, it becomes a tool that can be used in emergencies, and sometimes in ways people don't expect. Here's the cliffhanger. If money becomes fully digital and cash disappears, what happens to privacy? Because cash is anonymous. Cash works without permission. Cash works offline. But digital money requires a system. It requires approval. It requires access. So the more society goes cashless, the more money becomes permission-based. Now, let's talk about another layer: credit scores. A credit score is basically a trust score. It tells the system whether you deserve cheap money or expensive money. And once your life depends on borrowing, credit scores become control. A bad score can limit where you live, what car you drive, what job you get, even what phone plan you qualify for. So your financial past becomes a gatekeeper for your future. And for many people, one mistake can follow them for years. That's not freedom. That's control through data. Pattern interrupt. A credit score is like a report card. But adults don't get summer vacation. Now, let's connect it all. Money became a tool of control because it sits at the center of survival. People can ignore politics, they can ignore history, they can ignore the economy, but they can't ignore money. Because money decides whether you eat, whether you can pay rent, whether you can get medicine, whether you can travel, whether you can build. And once something controls survival, it controls behavior. Now, here's the turning point. This doesn't mean you should panic. It means you should become aware. Awareness is protection, because the goal isn't to fight money. The goal is to reduce how much money controls you. So, how do you do that? Step 1. Reduce toxic debt, because debt is the strongest leash. Step 2. Build emergency savings, because savings buy you time and options. Step 3. Build valuable skills, because skills create income that can't be frozen easily. Step 4. Create multiple income streams, even small ones, because dependence creates weakness. Step 5. Keep some cash for emergencies, because cash works when systems fail. And step 6. Invest in assets over time, because ownership gives you leverage. Here's the real lesson. Money was never just money. It was always permission. And the people who control money systems control society. But the moment you build savings, skills, and assets, you take back some of that permission for yourself. You become harder to trap, harder to pressure, harder to control. So don't just chase money to buy things. Chase money to buy freedom. Because the real purpose of wealth isn't flexing, it's having choices. If you want more money truth, financial history, and wealth lessons in simple language, subscribe to Cashfree World and hit like so YouTube pushes this to more people who need it. And comment below, do you think money is becoming more freeing or more controlling?